Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Quiet Kenku. We got episode 20. We're up to episode 20, which is really exciting. I don't remember how many we did for campaign 1, but we're getting up there. We're getting close. Um so continuing on, a little recap from last time. The party still on the outskirts of Bermsley. There was some meeting with old companions in Chiron. You went off and had a little bit of a coffee shop date with your old friend and rival,
Yeah.
Tiddlywhisk Dewdrop, a prosecutor, um, at a small local place, and conversation was had, and you can tell that his opinion of the world hasn't changed a whole lot, despite the world around him changing every day. Um, Also, Seth and Sapling, you guys went off to the little sort of underground, both physically and figuratively, bar led by an old resistance leader. Um, and in the process, got a little sloshed, sang a few songs, almost got arrested as the guards burst in, killed said guards. Um, and now if anybody saw you and remembers your faces, you are possibly fugitives. That's if anybody made it out. There were a few that were running, but you don't know if they made it out or not. But all of you then reconvened. During that time, Edna, you had received a word via bird to go meet a group of people in a courtyard. So you made your way into the town, found the place you were to meet, and were told by a group of druids that there was a group of people, some loggers, who were taking a little more than they should from the land. And since, after a bit of conversation, your uh, feelings about those things appeared to align with this group, they asked you to go and deal with these people. Hopefully without violence, too much violence, as they don't want to harm the people of the city. While they disagree with the way that things are being done, they also realize that the people aren't necessarily default, it's these companies. And so, they asked you to give a firm hand and tell them to knock it off. So, once everybody gathered back together, you asked everyone to go, and now you're beginning your way. You have a vague location. You know it is about a day's walk out of the city. And actually, let me grab my map here. Oh, okay. Let me grab the map because I did mark down where it is. Okay, so it's almost directly west from where you guys currently are, but it is about a day's walk. That is at about a standard pace. It would take you about a day to get there. So, with that being said, you all gather your things, and when would you want to leave in the day? Would you want to leave earlier in the day, later in the day? What would you prefer? Or is there any other preparations you want to make before you leave? This could go for any of you.
Are there any potions where we're at
Um,
that we could borrow?
Currently at your bastion, there is not. You kind of ask around, and they don't have any stockpile of them. However,
know
you
where
could
we
go
might
into the
get
city.
some?
Yeah. So we'll say at this point, Max was down there with you guys, and so you go up and ask him, and he says, "There's an alchemist shop, in the market district. Um, you could possibly go ask there. It would be Minthra's potions. Uh, you can go ask there, and they may have something,
Hey, thank you.
of course, and gives you a nod. Um, the prices are usually not too bad there, but don't let her don't let her try to cheat you.
Understood.
Okay.
Then it's gonna go to the group. I think getting potions would be a good idea. There's a place in the market district, so you two pointing at Sapling and Seth, you two will have to not come.
What if I disguise myself first?
You can come then.
Fuck. And he will wait till they're leaving before he casts that shit.
And I will also cover my do a little bit of cloaking if we go together, so that because I know that a certain person's in the city and might recognize me.
Very good point.
Very good point.
Yes.
I know when I'm not wanted. Uh,
It's not that you're not wanted, but if you go in, you might not come out. So we don't want it.
yeah, I'll be fine. Staying here.
All right. Be cool to go buy some shit.
Okay, so you want to go and buy some shit. So you gather together and you start to make your way. You guys have actually been to the market district a couple times at this point, depending on who in the group, as you would have had to go through it to get to some of the food vendors. You also pass through on your way into the city. Um, so, or rather, not your way into the city, but on your way to the bastion. So you know at least the district to go to. So you start to make your way, passing through the guard post, which uh, you are not given any hassle. They very quickly look at your papers. You pass through. And yes, actually, and Kyron, correct me if I'm wrong. You did finish that spell, correct? The no
Yes, I
magic.
did.
Okay, so then you pass through without issue. Um, make your way to the market district, and I need probably I'll ask Edna, since you know the place you're looking for. Make a perception check.
Hey, it's a 24.
Hmm. Okay. With the 24, make your way in and start walking around, and you see a number of shops. However, you do notice there is a slightly heightened guard presence compared to what you have seen passing through previously. Um, Before, there would just be the casual patrol walking around. Now you're starting to see there's a guard every other corner. Um, and they look very twitchy. They're nervous and watching. Um, with that being said, you do walk a little bit carefully, and you do find Mithra's potion shop, the one you were told about. You can see it is a pretty well kept building, small, sandwiched between a number of others. And you can see lots of dried herbs hanging from the windows. And at first, it takes you a moment to find the door, as there is vines of something growing across half of it. Um, but it does appear to be slightly open, and the sign does show that they are open. So you head inside.
Yeah, as we go in, Edna's gonna say, kind of a low voice to the two of them. Okay, there may be fighting as we do this. There may not be. Ideally, there isn't, but there may be, which is why we're getting potions. Then we can go in, yeah.
Then you go in. Okay. And so, moving the vines out of the way carefully, walking through the door, immediately you are hit by the smell of, at first, what smells like a lot of cooking herbs. You immediately can tell the very, very strong smell of like basil and things like that. And you can see that past the counter on a small cooktop, you see a middle-aged woman, a big wide hat, not too dissimilar from what you've seen Sapling wearing, and just sort of like coveralls, cooking something on a stovetop. And in fact, the inside of this place looks more like a home and less like a storefront. There's no shelves with anything on it, and the counter is more just a kitchen island. But you do see bottles on shelves behind all of that in the kitchen area. Um, at first, you kind of have to like double check that you're in the right place, though, with the sign outside because it just looks like a home. Uh, but you walk through, there's a small chime, and the woman turns and looks at you and says, "Oh, hi, what can I do for you?"
Hello. We are looking to pick up about. I don't have anything is good. 5, 6. One for each of us and a little extra.
You looking for healing potions?
Yes, I'm just trying to confer with these two.
Mm.
What anything we need?
I mean, I don't need any, so don't waste your
I
money on.
am. I'm perfectly fine. Thank you.
So maybe 3 or 4.
Let's go 3 or 4. That's a good number.
3 or 4.
Well,
Do you have a preference between the two, 3 or 4?
let's go 4.
4. Okay. I would say for 4, are you wanting the standard or something a little better? Better does cost more.
Standard is fine.
Standard, I could give you 4 for 215 gold.
Edna's gonna lean over to Chiron. Does that sound like a good price? I haven't done this in a while.
I will do an insight check to see if they're scamming us.
Please do.
I'm gonna
Scam
help that.
check.
I'm not
Okay.
typically the best at not being scammed, but since she's asking,
All right.
that is a 23.
23. It does seem a little high, but you actually immediately get the vibe there there was a hesitation, and it's that thought of like 200 and a little more. Not enough that most people would notice, but just a little bit more.
Just a just a tad. How about 200?
200. Suppose I could do 200. Yeah, 200 would be fine. I actually have some ready. Let me give me just a few moments to get them together.
Of course. Thank you. She's gonna lean over to Chiron. Thank you.
Not a problem.
And so, within a few moments, you're handed 4 uh, vials that contain a lot of healing potions. You see, they are a sort of reddish in color. These are almost kind of green and murky, but not in the sense of like they're bad. It's more so, and the lady kind of tells you, these I make myself in house with herbs that I grow. They have the same effect. Um, they just may look and taste a little funky. But I assure you they will work just the same.
Seth wants to insight that.
Please?
Can I throw a help at that?
Yeah, sure. Both of you just staring daggers at this woman.
I'm so glad you helped with that.
Edna's
21.
eyeing the green a little.
Yeah. Um, so 23 you said?
No, 21.
20, 21. Sorry, misheard. 21. Um, this woman is, through the very customer servicey smile and everything, is a little hard to read, but you do get the vibe, as you are good at reading people. Um, you get the vibe that that is truthful. That these are just not traditionally made. That they're a more homemade concoction. Um, but that she's being honest when she says that they will work the same.
You say they're homemade?
Correct. I grow everything in house.
How do you put it together?
Um, well, I mean, if you have time, I can run you through the general process.
Perhaps not today, actually.
Hmm.
Little
Well,
short on time here.
fair
I
enough.
may come back if time allows.
For sure. I mean, if you have the yeah, come back, and if you have the equipment, you can start making them yourself, possibly. Although, maybe not as high quality as you'd get here, but you know,
Understood.
I'd be happy
Thank
to
you.
show you. And then you hand over the money, and you now have 4. These are just the standard regular healing potions.
Hell yeah. Alright. And I'll look at Seth and Chiron. Hey, I'm good to go if you guys are good to go.
I'm perfectly fine.
Anything
Even
else
if
you
I
want?
wanted to buy something, I don't know how much money I have.
It's understandable. Best to save if it's not necessary, not necessity. Then we head back.
Can I ask a question, DM?
Yeah.
As we're walking back, I want to see if I see any guards I recognize
Okay. Roll
from
a
that
perception
night.
check. Yeah, that'd be perception.
It's 24.
Okay. Looking around as you walk and scanning the faces of the guards you pass, and even a few that are a little further off, you do not see any that you recognize.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Um. Okay. What has Sapling been doing during this time while they've been gone? I would say they've probably been gone maybe 20, 25 minutes by the time they get back.
Uh, well, I don't think anyone else was informed, so I'm gonna tell my cat that we're gonna be leaving. Like, like not like the group. Yes.
Mhm.
Um, and probably my boyfriend, but that's not relevant.
Okay. And so you make sure to fill everyone in, tell them. And when you tell Seedling, they're like, "Oh, okay. Just make sure you make it back okay."
Yep, I'll try.
And yeah, everyone gets notified. I would say once the rest of you get back. Um, that yeah. Um, at that point, Max would be waiting and would I think in Chiron, because you've been hanging out with him a little more than the others, would kind of pull you aside once you get back. If I could have a moment of your time.
Yes.
So since you're going to be heading out for possibly a few days, I thought it could be. I have something that I don't use, and I thought could be of a little bit of use to one of you, perhaps.
Oh, yes, of course.
Um, Now, I have to preface, you have to be a little careful with who you give it to, considering you're going into the woods. And he's going to hold out it just is a bracelet, and it has one bead on it. It is a sort of amber colored bead in the center. And he says, "This is the remaining part of a necklace of fireball. This is the last bead I had left. Um, in case you get into a bit of a scrap you can't get out of."
Of course, I will hold on to this.
So, yes, I don't know if you know about it. You basically just throw it.
Yes, I am familiar with the concept.
That's good. But yes, just make sure you put out any forest fires. I'd hate for it to make its way all the way here.
Yes, I'll try not to use it in the forest.
Perfect. Well, good luck. And he's gonna then abruptly turn and walk. Very bad at ending conversations, that one.
As a preface, how long has it been since Seth's arm got ripped off?
Ooh, it has been,
A little over a day, right?
yeah, I want to
Okay.
say at this time, probably day and a half.
Alrighty.
Day 2.
Yeah, actually, no, you're right. It is closer to day 2.
Got it.
Ooh, that's an interesting point of order. Because, Seth, you did something multiple times. You used that healing multiple times since then. I'm going to say it's at about the stage of day 3, even though it hasn't been 3 days. Point of order on that as well. Seth still looks weird. And I think all of you would notice this, but Seth, it's on your body, so that's why I mention it to you. It's very much sort of tan, getting kind of like a pinkish tan flesh color, as opposed to the normal blue that it normally is.
Hmm.
The hand also, there is an absence of webbing now that it is beginning to form fully.
Interesting. And Byron does still have my ring that we're while we leave.
Which I think before you leave at some point, he would come up and just kind of, still in your head, is just kind of like, would you like this back for your journey?
Oh, no. Keep it. Give it to me when we get back. Would hate to interrupt.
If you insist. And then he will continue about his day. Okay. Any other prep work any of you wish to do before leaving?
Well, I assume that I assume that my parents know that we're leaving from Sapling going around telling people, so I think we're good.
Is Bubbles with us right now?
Bubbles, at some point before you leave, would come up and be like, you want me to go with you?
Yes, we talked about this.
I'm just making sure you still. I don't want to be a burden. Although I'd be going with you even if you didn't want me to.
If you
I ain't gonna
come, you
miss
will be
this.
instrumental.
Goddamn
Do
right
not
I will
call
be.
yourself burden, Bubbles.
It just kind of nods. Goddamn right. And then he pulls a little. He pulls like a really tiny water skin out, takes a sip, winces a little bit. Look at what you've started.
What's in there?
Kind of like clutches it close to his chest. None of your goddamn business.
Bubbles? I don't care if you're day drinking, but you need to let me know. I won't
You just
stop.
found out.
Okay, it's fine. Don't do it tomorrow.
fine. And
Today is
hello.
fine.
All right, fine.
You're just in time for the day drinking squirrel.
Yeah, you literally joined in right as the squirrel was day drinking. Good timing. Actually, Ghost, hi. I need to send you a message because
I'm scared. Okay.
yeah, it nothing bad, but I want to actually just do a thing.
You're all
So,
good.
real quick, while Val is sending that message, I have to show you guys something amazing.
Let us
So
see.
we went to the store today, and while we were there, we got Floof a new toy. This is now Bubbles.
Oh, no, no, please.
Aw.
This is
Stop.
canonically what Bubbles
Mm.
looks
Stop.
like, and this is Floof's new toy.
It's
here.
all over.
Get up.
It's all
Oh
over.
no.
Bubbles will never survive.
Bubbles. Get him. Oh no, I threw it. Go get it. Toy. Yeah. He's gonna die.
No. Such
I just thought
horrid
I would show you
slaughter.
guys. Yeah, I thought I'd show you guys what Bubbles canonically looks like now, and the fact that my dog is going to kill him.
Oh,
Damn.
You're welcome.
I wish to sob 1,000 flames. Oh my.
So I just sent you the message, Ghost. If you could check that and tell me, does that sound good?
Let me see. Ooh. Hell yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just making sure because changing things on the fly.
That's cool. I'm so sorry.
No, not your fault. Okay, so there we go. Um, so how are you guys traveling? Is it going to be just on foot for you? Do you want to get any type of transportation before you leave? Um,
I figured we were hoofing it.
just hoofing it. Okay, hoofing it.
Unless
It
someone has
is
something else to say on that.
Hopefully is right. Remind me how that is.
always hoofing it. Okay. And sorry, Sapling, did you have a question? Sounded like you started to say something, or
Yeah,
somebody did.
how fast is Edna again?
30 feet.
30, okay. Is N and Kyron is the same?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just Seth and Sapling that are fast.
Yeah.
Well, Edna can be fast for like an hour.
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Well, on the road again, as that one song says.
On the road.
Yeah.
And so you set off with your healing potions, your bead of fireball, and the determination to stop the overlogging of the forest. And so you hit the road. You guys are a little bit into the woods, so you travel a little bit through the forest, the just general wooded path, um, or wooded lack of path, until you reach the main road, heading to the west. Um, and you begin your walk. You do pass a number of carts within the first little while, merchants making their way to and from the city of Bermsley. Um, I'll need one of you to keep watch during this journey. Um, or it could be two and you do a split shift. We'll say whichever you prefer. Um, who wants to take watch?
I'll take one if someone wants to take a second, or I'll do it by myself. I don't really mind.
I'll take second.
Raises. Never mind.
Okay, I heard Seth first, so I'm gonna go with Seth on second. So Edna, you're on first watch. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
24.
24. Hot damn. So, you guys would have been able to leave. We didn't really say what time all of that was happening. It could have been pretty early in the day. Would you have preferred to leave earlier in the day or closer to night?
Probably a little earlier.
A little earlier? Okay. So we'll say for the early part of the journey into the early afternoon, um, that is when this would be taking place. Um, so you continue to walk. And okay. Sorry, I was reading a thing. So you start to make your way down the path, passing the caravans and the lone merchants, and eventually you pass them all, or they pass you by, and it's quiet. You reach a couple forks in the road. However, going off the vague direction that they curve, you're able to determine which way you need to go. And so, in this case, you take the right fork and continue on a little bit northwest toward your destination. It's about, I'll say, 4 hours into this of the boring, monotonous road stretching before you, surrounded by plentiful nature in all its beauty. But it is one foot in front of the other for 4 hours. And at that point, you see off in the distance, the road curves a little bit to the left, and there's enough tree cover you can't see too far around that corner from where you are. But you can see rising above the trees smoke. It looks too big, you gauge, to be a standard campfire. So it could be some form of bonfire out in the middle of a clearing, or it could be something else. From where you are, you can't really see. However, you take stock of that. Is there anything you wish to do, or do you continue on forward? Any precautions you want to take?
Can you describe the area one more time?
Yeah. So you are on a mostly straight section of road, but maybe 100, 150 feet down the road, you see that it curves off to the left. And what's past that curve is out of sight due to the tree line. However, you can see, rising above the trees on that side, that there is smoke.
Does it look like a forest fire type of smoke, or does it look like something else?
Not quite. It doesn't look like a forest fire. That would be a lot larger. This looks more like either a large bonfire or something of decent size that is on fire, but not quite forest fire, but larger than a campfire.
Okay. You will see that smoke, right? That means we could be getting close, or something else is in the way.
Hmm.
Well, we won't find out standing here. We want someone up front to go check it out, or we all just go.
Hmm.
I mean, if you want someone to go ahead, pretty stealthy.
Okay.
I
Don't hurt
wouldn't.
anybody.
I wouldn't recommend sending me. I'm not very stealthy. Just a second. Before Seth goes, if we're sending Seth to go check things out before we go on ahead,
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability, Dexterity, on him so that he's even more dexterous, gets advantage on all dexterity checks.
Smart.
Excellent. Yeah. Unless anyone's stealthier than Sith. They're up.
All right.
Don't hurt anybody. Yet.
Listen, I said I'd just go ahead and look. I will not do anything without you guys knowing first.
Cool.
Promise. And he'll head that way.
Are you stealthing?
Yes.
Okay, stealth check.
Ooh. Need my math. I can't head.
Math. Oh no, not math in my D&D game.
24.
Okay, 24. So, with a 24, you, as quiet as you can, begin to make your way. Are you going down the road? Are you cutting through the trees? Which are you doing?
Trees.
Okay. Cutting through the trees, this section of forest that separates you from wherever the smoke is. You can tell immediately that as you're approaching, there is no clearing, there is no bonfire. The smoke is coming from a section of road that was out of sight from where you were. So you continue on forward, and you see a wagon. It doesn't look like a massive wagon. It's the standard type you would see carrying hay. Potentially there was even hay on this at one point, but it is engulfed in flame. Around it, you see a couple corpses. One of them burnt to a crisp, unrecognizable. One of them, a strange entity, wearing robes and with a elongated head. The skin is grayish in color. It's shriveled. That one is dead. However, the four others that are closing down on another individual are not. What look like wands pointed in this person's direction. And Ghost, if you could please describe your character.
Yes. So, uh, so this man, a bit of a broader build, kind of adorned with more seawear pirate similar gear. And his hair disheveled and scribbled from the fight. Pulled back, a complete mess on the ground, as he's holding up his scimitar in defense. And he has what's this actually? He has this weird kind of like grayish bluish skin with these spotted parts on it. And he just looks completely he's just a mess. He's an entire mess. And he is spitting curses like a sailor as he's like, what am I supposed to do? Ma, I can't do this. And he's genuinely just trying to hold off what he has while he is slightly injured from said fight. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
so you are doing your best to hold them at bay. Seth, you see these four. They're not really approaching, but they are leveling wands at him and muttering between each other in a language you don't know. Um, for reference, in case your character would speak it, Ghost, it is undercommon.
Mm, I
Um,
don't think he actually speaks them. Let me
okay,
quickly check.
yeah, because if so, you know what they say, and if not, you don't.
Period. Oh god. Here. Wait, do I continue?
Oh, I don't know. Did you speak Undercommon?
No, I don't think I speak
You don't.
Undercommon. I'm quickly
Okay.
checking. If it will let me
Okay.
look. He does not speak Undercommon, sadly. So
Okay. That's all right. Well, then you can't understand what they're saying, but it is frantic. It is rapidly being spoken, uh, back and forth between them all. Um, and Seth, you can't either. What do you do, Seth? You see this scene before you. What do you do? I will tell you for reference, you could get back to the party in a round.
I don't think I'm gonna, because I have a plan.
Okay.
With his movement speed, is he able to get out there and within 5 feet of at least one of them without the ghost character being in that 5 foot?
Okay. If I'm understanding what you're wanting correctly, I mean, yes, you could get to, because you would have had to get to the tree line to really see this, or close to it. You could get there with, what's your movement speed? Ridiculous.
I think it's 45.
Okay, you could get there with 20 feet and get to the position you're wanting.
What he's gonna do in that moment is cast Thunderclap. To one, get the party's attention, but also do a little damage to these guys.
Okay. Question, is there a save they need to make for that?
Yes, it is a con save,
On save.
Okay.
which DC is gonna be
For some reason, I know the
13.
spell Thunderclap really well. Why ever would I know that spell?
And question,
Indeed.
you said what was the DC?
13.
13? I might have actually failed. Hold on, I need to double check there. And it was con?
Correct.
Where's their save for that? Okay. That is gonna succeed with a 15.
Oh.
Had a slightly higher plus than I thought to that, but do they take half damage? No damage?
No
No
damage,
cantrip.
but the party 100% would have been able to heal that. So
Correct.
they know some shit's going on too.
And so all of you hear this loud, thunderous boom emanate from the direction of the smoke.
Well, I suppose that's our cue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now
let's go.
for your guys' reference, to get to around where Seth is going to be about 60 feet.
Okay,
So
so we can get there in one round if we dash.
if you were to dash, you could get there in one round.
So yeah, we can run in.
Do any of you want to do anything other than dash and run in? Is there anything else you would want to try, or is that what all
Well,
of you would do?
my only prep spells are concentration spells, and I'm keeping concentration up on Seth. Oh,
Valid.
actually, there is one that isn't a concentration spell. I might cast Sanctuary on myself as my bonus action, in addition to dashing.
Can I wild shape before we go?
Sure. You
You
guys
can
are
wild
like,
shape while you go. You have a
yeah,
bonus action wild shape, don't you?
Oh shit!
Or are you
No,
not a
that's right.
circle of the moon?
No, I'm Circle of the Moon. I forgot
Oh
how you
yeah,
name a character.
hell yeah. Well
yeah.
then,
We
yeah,
can.
you can totally do
Yeah,
that.
bonus actions.
What are you wild
Fuck.
shaping into?
Ooh.
See, the bear makes sense, but the wolf is faster.
Here's a question. So, wild shape. Um, how long can you stay in that form? Is it how many rounds
10
is it?
minutes. Oh, an hour.
Oh, an hour. Okay. Then you can do really whichever you want. Keep in mind 60 feet to get there. So depending on the speed of each creature might influence which you want to do. If being the wolf would allow you to do something more.
Yeah, I'm trying to find something that's more than 50 feet.
Mm.
And I'm just checking that I have the time for wild shape, right?
Oh, you definitely have the time to wild shape because again, it being a bonus action.
No,
I
no, no.
mean,
That it lasts an hour.
oh yeah, pretty sure you're
I
right.
think it does.
Oh man. How is that not a... Okay, I guess it's not a concentration spell anymore. That's good.
What is it?
And it's a bonus action too. Uh, I'm consistently surprised by the glow up that magic weapon has.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It's such a glow up. It's a bonus action spell that doesn't have concentration.
pretty great spell.
Oh, I figured it out. It's equal to time equal to about half my level, so
Oh,
an hour
okay,
because I'm level 2.
gotcha. Well, sick. 3 got
We'll
it.
go with the bear. It's not much slower.
Okay, bear it is. Do you want to use your dash as the bear to get all the way there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So Edna bearifies and then just fucking starts
Ugh.
charging.
And I'm going right up to whoever looks more of a threat. That looks like
I
I should be fighting them.
I would say there's the guy on the ground with the scimitar, probably not the threat. Seth, not a threat to you. And and then the other 4 are they're about equal, I would say. So you rush up to one of them. Which you could get up to any of them because what's the bear's movement?
80 with dash.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, you could get up to any of them you want. So
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm coming up on the edges because I only have 60 feet with
Yeah.
dash.
So like I would say getting to the area 60 feet. Getting to a creature, I would say you'd probably have to do on your next turn. Edna can because 80 feet. Um, I would say the closest to you in Chiron would be once you get there 10 feet. But that would be all of your stuff unless you want to do anything with your bonus action.
I did do something with my bonus
Oh,
action. I cast
correct.
Sanctuary on myself.
You did, correct.
Actually, I'm not going to cast Sanctuary on myself. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on the guy on the ground.
Sick. Good to know.
Because that's a 30-foot range.
Remind me that
Sanctuary
was done.
is... Okay, got it.
Just so I don't forget. And then sapling. You rushing in, or is there anything different you want to do?
Yeah, I'm rushing in. I got big horse movement.
Hell yeah. Which is 35 or 40?
40.
40. You could get right up to one of them if you want, or do you want to hang back a little bit?
Um, I'll hang back a little bit.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. And then we'll roll initiative here in a minute. I'm just getting placement for everybody as they rush
Seth,
in.
you have
Um,
advantage on initiative.
yes, because it's dexterity based. That's smart. Okay. I didn't think about that. Okay. So big boom happens. All of you rush in. Seth, thunderclap was a action, right? Or thunder, yeah. You do have a bonus action if you want to use it. I'm just giving basically everybody a turn since you did that.
The only thing I could do is a bonus action I can't do because I didn't attack with an unarmed strike.
Got it. Okay. Then in that case, um, and Ghost, you would be able to do something, but I see you are grabbing water. I'll have all of you roll initiative, and then I'll give them the opportunity to do something too. So initiative, excuse me, initiative time it is.
Ooh, fairly bad. I got
Oh,
old man reaction time.
oh no.
We all
Oh,
knew
boy.
Seth would have high initiative. I gave him advantage on it.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that advantage, I sure fucking wouldn't have.
Fair enough.
Rolled a 7 and a 14. It wouldn't have been that great.
It would have been higher than both Sapling and mine.
True.
Val, you're gonna roll for bubbles?
Uh, yes, I can. Actually, could you roll for bubbles? I'll go ahead and add his plus, but if you wouldn't mind.
Come on. Oh, you really wish I didn't.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Oh,
Okay, 13. Oh, no, you're typing then now. I was going to say 13's not bad. Oh.
oh no.
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
I
I
Never
mean,
dropped
I
mind.
my
could. Edna could take the 4. He can have the
D8.
13.
Gracious.
That's up to you. Do you want to switch it?
No.
I was going to say.
There's a feat for that, actually.
Is there?
Yeah, the new alert, the new version of the alert feat lets you swap your initiative with somebody.
That's actually really awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, oh, I need to roll for the dudes. And then when Ghost is back, I'll have them roll for.
Ghost is back.
Oh, Ghost is back? Oh,
Ghost is
if you
back.
wouldn't mind rolling for your dude, just rolling an initiative. Unless you are staying out of the fight and letting it happen. That is an
Unless
option.
you're just knocked out on the ground. Unless you're that much of a failwife.
Oh, I need to. Okay, well, that guy sucks, I guess. What is their plus to that? Okay, okay. There is a plus. Okay. Almost done. I'm just putting it all down here. So, Seth, there's one guy going before you. Because you got an 18. He rolled an 18 and has, I'll just tell you, has a +1 to initiative. So,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
There's one guy going before you. Oh, and then I just need to grab. be a ragdoll. Okay, okay. So Ghost will be on the ground. We'll say for the sake of this, you have been fighting this. You are beaten. You are bruised. You're not unconscious, but you're close. Um, things are rough. Uh, okay. So first up is I'll just call them creatures. Uh, creature. One of them. This is not the one engaged with anybody directly currently. So let's see. What is he gonna do? Seth, you're thunderclap. It doesn't move you at all. It's not thunderstep, right? It's just thunderclap. So okay, so you're still right where you were. He's going to turn, point the wand at you, and he's just gonna magic missile you. So yeah, let me I'll say
Magic missile.
he's gonna do all three at you. Yeah.
I don't know if you have shield, but shield does stop magic missile. I'm not sure if you have it though. I don't know what spells you have.
I have a question.
Hold on. Sorry, doing math. Okay, what is your question?
Third level. Use your reaction to deflect or catch the missile. Does that count for the magic shit too?
It does not count for magic missile.
Okay, because It says missile, and it's really confusing because why don't you just say like
Missile's weird
I
because
know.
a missile just means a ranged projectile, which this technically is, but I don't believe that could
They
do that
auto
because it is
hit.
magical. Yeah, these are magical in nature. Um,
I hate that.
yeah. The way that I look at it is it's a beam of force. It is not a tangible thing you can grab. Where with deflect missile, it is you literally like an arrow grabbing it out of the air.
And then
I think the wording is stupid and they should fix it. But cool.
Well,
they did.
I was just curious.
well, you do now take 9 force damage. As 3
They
impacts.
actually did fix the wording on that one.
Did they? That is good.
Yeah, New Monk has deflect attacks, and you can do it when on a melee attack or a ranged attack.
Oh, that is so sick. That
That's
should always have
cool.
been a thing.
But I don't want to change because they don't have my subclass. So
Fair enough.
Yet. They're adding these things. They're just not out yet. Also,
I'm just
so
using an old subclass on my character.
I mean, yeah, technically I have given you can do that. If they just straight up don't have it, you could just do that.
I'm
As
cheating.
long as it works. Like as long as it carries over well enough.
Yeah.
So that is his turn. I'll say actually he's going to move away about 30 feet, get some distance. They were spread out enough that he doesn't go past any of you to do so. Because they were all about like 10 feet apart, kind of like in a semicircle around Ghost character. So he's gonna then move back. Um, Seth, you're up, and then another one of them is up next. So Seth, what are you doing? How are you going to butcher the one that's in front of you?
With your weird little small flesh arm.
Yeah, yeah, it's a weird way to put it, but yeah, no, it's true.
thanks. Actually, for once, he's going to use his quarterstaff and whack a bitch.
Shit. Okay.
Doing some cool like baton tricks before he goes in for a whack because gotta do good description.
Yeah, of course.
It's 17 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, I was just saying I can't roll the d8 because he can't do double-handed right now. He can only hold it with one.
You can use your monk weapon, your martial arts die. It's a simple weapon that you're proficient with.
No, I know. I'm saying quarterstaff. It's versatile. I could either use both hands or one, and he can't use both right now. So I have
Yes,
to use the lower dice.
but either way, you
Roll
can use your
12.
martial arts die.
What is my martial arts die?
I don't know. It's whatever your unarmed strike die is.
Oh, it's just the same thing as what my quarterstaff would be, anyways.
Really?
Mm-hmm. D6.
It increases over time. It's just you guys are still low level.
Exactly.
We're level 5. I need to find the old.
That would be 8 bludgeoning.
8? Okay.
8.
And
And oh, what for funsies? We'll spend a key point and those.
okay. Describe for me, how do you do so?
So he will the first whack, of course, and then as he's going, like as the swing goes through, He'll turn, kick once, and go for basically a roundhouse at that point, and try to kick a second.
Hell yeah. Okay, roll the hit.
You gotta scroll up. Apology. Okay. Okay. One of those is 19. The other one was a 19 on the die.
Oh yeah, those will both hit. Yeah, if a 17 did it, those will definitely do it.
Mm-hmm. And then 14 bludgeoning.
Okay. That's total between both?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Good chunk of damage. You strike once with the quarterstaff, you strike twice with your feet, and it does cause the creature to stumble back, looking pretty hurt, but still standing. Still very much ready for what comes next. Okay. That your turn? Do you
Yep.
want to move at all? That's it. Okay.
Nope. Not moving.
So another one of these creatures now, it's their turn, and then Edna, you'll be up after that. So it is going to... Actually, is this the one... This is the one that I did put Edna next to. So Edna, this is the one actually in front of you. You're right in front of it. It kind of is looking around wildly, saying something in... if you speak deep speech, you'd be able to understand this one. You get the vibe, though. It's some type of curse. Just cursing in some way. If I can get this thing to open, come on. There we go. There we go. It is going to drop its wand, spring its other hand forward, and is going to attempt to shocking grasp you. So let's see. What is its modifier for that? Ah, there it is. I am blind. Does an 18 hit the bear?
Yes.
Okay.
My AC's 15, I think.
Good to know. Okay. Gotta get my dice. Ooh, so you're gonna take 13 lightning damage. And you can't take reactions until the start of your next turn. It is then going to use that opportunity to move back 30 feet, which is as far as it can go. And I think that's all it's going to do. So that's its turn. Now it's over to you, with Sapling up next.
30 feet ain't far enough.
No, it's not. It really hoped it was. It is not.
I was told not to kill people at the logging place. No one said anything about these guys.
Get him.
How's an 18 look?
18 will do it. That'll hit.
Cool. So we're gonna bite first, which is 6 damage on the bite.
Goddamn, okay.
And then the claws for 12.
12 to hit.
Oh,
That will...
I forgot to roll again.
Gotcha. You're good.
It was an 18 again. It was
18,
an
that'll
again.
hit. 12 damage. Okay.
12 damage. Yeah, my bad.
Perfect. Nope, you're good. I was just checking. Okay, so yeah, The first bite, the claw attack. Is there any other attacks you get?
No, that was both. The bite and the
Okay.
claw.
Perfect. Anything else you want to do?
Sniff him.
Sniff him.
Just
And
a-
so you go forward, you bite down, and as you pull away to go for the claw attack, some of the fabric of the cloak tears away with it. You claw down across the body, and you watch almost what looks like just dust, gray, more like ash, just fly instead of blood. And in the tear of the cloth, you can see again the long, elongated head that was under the hood, which has now been flown back, the gray, cracked skin, and now what are revealed to be tentacles from the mouth area that are similarly cracked and dry, and that same ashen color as what spread, and you sniff, smells like rot almost.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is going to be your turn. Sapling, you're up next, and then another one of these creatures.
Creatures.
The
Mhm.
creature.
Okay. Yeah, creatures. Are any of these creatures particularly, I don't know, big and scary?
Honestly, they're all pretty equal. There might be a slight difference in height, but none of them look generally more important than the others.
Okay. Are there any that aren't getting their asses kicked already by someone else?
Yeah, there is one that had done the magic missile that then backed away an additional 30 feet. And then there is one that has done nothing yet and has not been attacked.
Okay. So how far is that magic missile one from me? Because I don't think I specified, but I was like a bit away.
Would you
I wasn't
say
all up in
you were
the
like
grills.
would you say you were like 10, 15 feet away originally?
Yeah, like 15,
15?
maybe.
Then he would be 45 feet from you.
Okay, that should be fine, actually. Yeah, I'm me. I don't give a shit. Okay, you're my bitch now. We're gonna start off with a hex.
Ooh.
Let me
Okay.
first. Oh, wait, fuck. I'm remembering how to Sorlock. Okay, so. Right, I just do that. I always forget that you just do that.
You just
Okay.
do that, yeah.
Uh, Disadvantage for, let's say, dexterity checks.
Okay.
And then we're gonna hit him with some blasts.
Hell yeah, blast that
2
motherfucker.
blasts.
Blast him, yeah, 2 blasts. That is. I can do math. The lower one is a 16. If that hits, so does the other one.
Yeah,
Spare
that'll
me
hit.
math. Okay. So then, let me. D10. I know what a D10 looks like. Do I? What the fuck is this? Where are you? Here we go.
Fuck is a
Okay.
D10?
Yeah, I got confused for a second. Okay. Yes. Okay, that'll be 10 force damage from those, and then let me check what hex adds again.
Necrotic.
Yeah, but what? Okay,
1d8,
1d6.
1d6.
Okay, and then 2 necrotic.
Okay.
So 12 total.
You rolled 2 ones?
No.
Oh, you only hit with one of your attacks.
No, I hit with both.
Yeah, and you get to roll hex damage on each.
Oh.
Mhm.
Hang on.
Hmm?
Sorry. Well, that's a 1. Okay, so 3 necrotic damage.
Hell yeah.
We haven't fought anything in a while. Leave me alone.
It's okay.
It is true. Don't worry,
It's
there's more.
true.
I've been paladin
Ooh,
maxing.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I've been cleric maxing on both sides.
is that everything you'd like to do? Do you want to move at all?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. Perfect. So now it's over to the one engaged with Seth, and then in Chiron you'll be up after that. The one engaged with Seth. What the fuck does that man want to do? He's the one who's been hurt the most thus far. He's looking a little worried. Um, huh. I need to see if he had a thing. I swear I saw that he had a thing. Oh, that could be funny.
Ooh.
Hold on. Give me. I I just need to see if this does what I think it does. It's just loading very slowly. Open a new tab. There we go. That'll work. Okay. Does it have to be willing is the question. Okay, there's rules for that. Seth, I need you to make a constitution saving throw, please. Is it bad? Please tell me that's a bad roll. This will make me so happy if that was a bad roll.
That's a 4 total with a natural 1.
Yeah, that'll be a fail. So he just cast levitate on you.
Again?
he he really doesn't want you to be near him right now. So he just puts the wand out in your direction, this little wisp of air. You just feel this little bit of air hit your your temple. And your body just starts to levitate off the ground. um so yeah. Yeah. Rises vertically up to 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration. So you don't continue to rise and rise and rise. You go up 20 feet away from him, and you can move only by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface. Now, there is no ceiling here. However, you are surrounded by trees. So you can still push and pull against trees and things like that. But yeah, you also will stay about the 20-foot mark unless you push yourself higher or lower. Um, okay, well, that is what he's going to do. Actually, no, he's also then going to move back 30 feet. More so 30 feet toward like the tree line.
Seth is just gonna scream, "Not again!" as he starts levitating because fuck, I hate this shit, and so does he.
All right. Well, and Chiron, over to you, and then Bubbles is up next.
Well, I had a plan, but my plan has been a little spoiled. Let me check. Ooh, that could be fun. But that's an action, and I want to try this as my action. So I guess I'll just use my bonus action in a different way. I walk towards, I guess, I was going to go to Seth, but I guess I go to Edna instead, as a, and I smell the rot in the air, and I'm within 5 feet of Edna, so there's probably a good amount of them within 30 feet of me. So, your mic is off.
Oh, sorry. They actually did move away quite a bit. I would say you could get the one engaged with Edna and one other.
Okay, well, this might not work anyways. I'm going to try to take off my brooch, and I'm going to try turn undead, seeing if they're undead creatures, since I do smell that they're rotted and see that they're a bit desiccated.
Okay. Is there anything that they do for that?
That, I believe, is a wisdom save.
Wisdom save? Okay.
And I get to roll damage because I'm at level 5. I get to roll
Hell
5d8s.
Ooh. I will tell you, one
Yeah.
of them definitely succeeds. The other one got a 15.
15 is just a failure. My spell save DC is 16. So he is
Okay.
turned, and he takes. Well, he's like incapacitated and frightened. He can't be near me. And he takes quite a chunk of radiant damage.
Okay.
Yeah, he takes that's 10, 20. He takes 26 radiant damage. The other one takes
26.
nothing. It's an all or nothing type of damage.
I will tell you, the one that just took the damage is turned, frightened, and all of that. They are looking very bad. They are still standing. They are looking very bad. There's this burst from Encheiron, and immediately you watch as just its face, its body just begins to disintegrate more and more. It's a husk standing there at this point.
Then
Okay.
as my bonus action, I lean down a bit and touch on your claws, Edna, and I'm going to cast, as my bonus action, Magic Weapon at 3rd level. So you get a +2 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls with your claws.
Plus how much?
+2.
Cool.
Because I use the 3rd level.
That's
that.
the hit and damage you said?
Hit and damage. And they count as magic now.
Hmm.
I don't think they count
Nice.
as magic yet. I know eventually they will, but
Sick.
yes, that's me.
Okay. I do need to ask, you went up to Edna. Are you like within 5 feet of Edna in that case?
Yes, I am within 5 feet of Edna.
Okay.
I know it's risky with a bunch of spellcasters, but yes, I am within 5 feet of Edna.
Okay. Was just
Because
double
I assume
checking.
that my 30 feet of movement is only enough to get 2.
Mm-hmm.
Not really far away.
Correct. I will also say the one that is turned is the one that was engaged with Edna. So this one is effectively at this point unable to do anything but run away, and when it does, that is also bad for it. So, because it can get attacked. So yeah, that
But then it'll
one's
be unturned
fucked.
if it takes damage.
If it's still alive.
If it's still
Well,
alive.
I guess in that case it would also be unturned. It would just be, dead.
Yeah. Dead.
Okay, and that's your turn. So, Bubbles. He's gonna come riding in on his mighty steed, the cat, and is going to. I think he's going to go and try to kneecap. Which one does he want to go for? He can't get to that one. Actually, he's not going to do any of that. He's going to try to help Seth. So he's going to guide the cat, got the reins, guide it toward a tree. He's going to see if he can get up the tree. That's a natural 20. Fuck yeah. So he leads it toward the fucking tree, starts just scrambling up the fucking tree. And natural 20, sure. He's going to jump off, land on Seth. Seth, he is going to make an unarmed strike on you and attempt to push you downwards towards the creature. Basically just fucking kicks you in the face and just, or in like the back or whatever, just to push you downwards. Seth does an 18 hit.
That would in fact hit. That is my AC.
You take 2 bludgeoning damage. And you are... Actually, no, you take no damage because he's going to do it as a shove attack, like a legitimate thing. You would get pushed, I believe. Normally a shove is 15 feet. That feels like a lot, but I don't remember how much it is. I need to double check. He is a squirrel, so it's going to be less than that, but I need to see how much less. Does it have an exact distance? Knock it prone or push it away from you? I'm going to say... There was a... Because it doesn't really say. I'm going to say you get pushed 10 feet. Because you are floating there. You are like a balloon. And so he just fucking scrambles up the tree, jumps off the tree, lands, kicks you down like a kangaroo kick, just kicks you down, and you get pushed 10 feet closer to the ground. Which at that point, you're like almost face to face with the creature. Because keeping in mind, you went up 20 feet. The creature is a little under 10 feet tall. So I would say getting pushed down 10 feet would put you close enough for an attack if you want it. I would allow it. It's a little bit of a stretch, so you would have to stretch, but you could. However, that is Bubbles' turn. It is now over to the last one of these guys who is not gone yet. He has not been attacked. He doesn't even have anyone near him. He's going to use this movement to kind of angle himself around a little bit. Kind of move a little bit around the semicircle he was already in. Yeah, he's only going to be able to get 2 of you in this, but honestly, that's... Oh, wait. So Edna and Chiron are there. Seth is right above where that guy was. The only person I don't know about is Sapling. Sapling, you moved up. You were 45 feet away from the guy and you did not get any closer, correct? I'm remembering that correctly. You stayed at that distance?
Here.
Then you are the only person who is unaffected by this.
Oh no.
I need all of you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Oh no. Is this
Except
an epic
Sapling.
Do well,
stack?
guys.
Oh wait, no, that's actually okay.
Intelligence save.
This
I don't have
is,
proficiency in
for,
these.
if this does matter for any of you, it is magical in nature. I don't know if it does, but I want to put that out there.
16.
16, okay. That is a success, just barely. 16 is the DC.
Oh. You don't need to check
Whoops.
dice rolls.
Yeah, we both fail.
Okay. So let me see if it's half damage on a success. No. Okay. So let me roll the damage first. And then I will, there's a secondary effect.
Yeah.
If I remembered to rage, maybe something would have helped.
Okay. So first off, for those of you that failed, it is 12 psychic damage. Success, nothing happens. So Seth, you are fine for all of this. Those of you that failed, you are also stunned for a minute or until you succeed the save. You remake the save at the end of each of your turns.
Oh, that's bad.
So the 2 of you...
Was it?
We're
it
lucky
is
that these
12.
guys aren't physical attackers. That's what I have to say.
Yeah. It is 12 psychic damage and stunned for a minute or until you succeed. So,
God damn it.
yes. It's a rough one. I had a character who had to go through this exact thing, and it was real bad at intelligence. Okay. That is his turn, however. His movement was to get in position. Action to do that. Yeah, so now it is over to, if it'll click, his other buddy, the one who
Has
was
to run
hexed.
away.
No,
No,
that's
the one is
actually
hexed.
this is the one that's hexed. And he's hexed with dexterity. I need to check though, actually. Does that, you don't remake the save if you get attacked. Good to know.
Nope.
Or not for the hex, but
And
for
as a
the thing
reminder,
that
it's
just
just
happened.
checks, not
Just
saves for
checks.
the dexterity.
Yeah. Sapling, gonna just turn over to you, and let me see, what is this, an attack roll or a save? That is an attack roll. And how many rays? 3. Gonna scorching ray in your direction. I think actually gonna split it. Gonna do one at you, one at Seth, and one at the bear. One at Edna.
The one at the bear gets advantage because we're stunned.
Does correct.
Why'd you have to remind her?
I have to remind everyone of
Didn't we have
everything.
homework?
That might still miss. That was a really bad roll. I'll do Edna first. That'd be a 16. Does that hit the bear?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Bear going to take 5 fire damage.
It's not that bad.
And then Sapling,
Still
I'll do you
bear.
next. Sapling, that is a natural 20. Let me grab this real quick. So first off, I'll give you damage. That's going to be 18 fire damage.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a pretty good roll. And as for the table, I do have to roll on the table. That's gonna be,
I don't think I've ever gotten critted before. Maybe.
holy
I
shit.
don't know.
Oh no.
No, please.
So
No, please.
I switch between the new table and the old table that's posted in player resources. I always just decide when I roll. Well, I decided to roll on the old one, which I got a 41. What a hit. You stun your target for 2 rounds.
Oh
There's
no.
no fucking way.
We're
Oh
stunned.
my.
3 of you are stunned.
Wow.
That's unfortunate.
And the last scorching ray was going to go towards Seth.
I hate it here.
That's going to be a 22 to hit. And that's going to be 6 damage. Fire damage. So, wow. Okay. All right. Seth, you're up, buddy. By the way, the one that you were shoved toward was the guy who has the levitate cast on you. The guy you were initially engaged with. And then there's another one of these guys up next, although that's the one that's afeared.
He's gonna pull out the arm that counts as a fucking sword and use that.
Okay, roll to hit.
Was it a long sword or short sword? Because I'm pretty sure I wrote this wrong.
So I let you decide.
Oh, okay. Then I didn't write anything wrong. I had it on a short sword.
Okay. Because it could basically be like elongated and lowered, but like once you did so, it got locked in place. So it's just whichever you chose. That's either a crit or a net 1, and I don't know which.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm awaiting a picture.
Stop being blurry.
I mean, I trust you. You don't have to take a picture.
Well, I like to because fuck you.
Okay.
So 27 total to hit.
That will hit.
That's funny.
And don't forget to double. Oh, roll the table real quick, and I'll grab your number.
A moment. 28.
28. Okay.
Ooh. Fuck yeah. So that'll be 20 piercing, max damage.
So let me actually roll his con. Actually, I don't need to. So on that table, I decided to use the new one for this one. With that roll, it falls in the range where if the target has to make a concentration check, they roll with disadvantage. So I went ahead and did so after taking the attack. His concentration broke. So you strike out with the arm of the doctor, doctor's mechanical creation. You strike out with it, and pretty good blow, very good blow, and then you just drop. You just drop practically on top of this guy. He is still conscious, alive.
Can I take advantage of the fact that I drop on this guy and spent a key point? Flurry of blows this bitch.
Bring your fucking heel down on his face, just
Yeah.
whack on the way down. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Fuck it. Go ahead.
And then, of course, with the second one, after he does that, he'll just go in for a normal punch.
Okay. I'm gonna give you a tip. Just roll the first one, see what happens, and then we'll see what happens with the second.
No, the first one does not hit. That is a 2
Okay.
on the die.
Okay, well you'll need the second one then.
$16.
16. Okay, that will hit.
And that'll be 8 bludgeoning. No, wait. No, that's piercing because he has.
But
Yeah.
8 still, right?
Yes.
So how do you kill this one? Describe to me the series of events.
Well, of course, first off, he goes and. That's the wrong arm. He takes a swipe at him with the doctor's arm. Spell breaks, so as he falls, he tries to go in for that kick, misses, but follows through. And right
Behind the what you cut out.
clavicle.
Perfect. And so, as you come down with that, drops and falls to dust. The only things left over are a pile of this ashen material, a cloak that's tattered, and a wand. And a book. Although you see all of them a similar book. Yes.
Which one is the closest to me now?
The next closest would be the one that just let out a shriek that stunned everybody. And
how far
almost
is
got you. Within your movement.
Fair. He will run up to that one, and as he's running, thanks, Bubbles, you're okay for a squirrel. And that'll be my turn.
You say that and all you hear is "Ah!" as he rushes off to something. Okay. The creature that is afeared is up next. Has to, because turning isn't something that now that you're stunned it stops. It's still a thing, as far as I could find. So it is going to just turn and start running, or rather, you kind of, well, you're stunned. You wouldn't really notice this. So yeah, he's just gonna go. That's it. He's running. Edna, it is now your turn. You're stunned, so you can't do anything. But at the end of your turn now,
So,
go ahead and make an intelligence save.
also, I forgot to
Yes.
make my concentration when I took damage.
Please do.
I still have concentration on enhance ability on set.
Perfect. Okay.
I
And
forgot
then
about my concentration.
well, make sure you do that.
Fuck.
Oh, it broke.
He's no longer hexed, I think.
Yeah, no, he's.
All right.
Hang on.
Cross that out and celebrate.
Edna's
Yeah,
whole
no, he's
reason for
good.
being.
Wait, say what about
Edna's-
Edna?
Edna's whole reason for being is to to hit things and get hit by things.
Uh-huh.
But she's stunned. I got a 4.
So you got a 4. Okay. So yeah, you are still stunned.
Yeah,
Yeah, it sucks. But
it's fine. It'll be a funny speech later.
yeah. Okay. So that is Edna's turn. Sapling, over to you.
Wait, is it?
Uh
Oh, I didn't
yes, because
think
You're
I can
stunned.
do anything while I'm stunned. Can I?
Oh no, you're right, you did get stunned. I forgot. I forgore. Okay.
Yep,
You're
and I don't
stunned.
even
Never
have any
mind.
saves to make.
No, yours is a lot shorter of a time, but no save. Okay. The one that's up next is dead. That is the creature that Seth killed. So let me actually write dead. DED,
And
dead.
it's my time to make an intelligence saving throw. Hooray.
Correct. It's over to you and then Bubbles.
I am not stunned. I got a 19.
Oh, hell yeah. And so
I'm back.
you are back. Now, that is at the end of your turn, but you
Yep.
do now see the one that you turned is running. One of them is dead. One of them looks untouched. And then there's one that is a little bit hurt.
And I don't feel good.
Yeah. Head is throbbing. Okay. So at this point, I think it's over. So it's over to Bubbles. He's going to charge up to. I think he'll charge up to the one that's already been a little bit hurt. No, I take that back. Seth, he was over by you. He's going to jump on the back of the one that you're engaged with at this point, and he's going to take a slash. That's only going to be like a 5, so that's going to miss. However, not 6, but still going to miss. However, he is opposing you, so now you can get flanking. That's going to be his turn. So yeah, Bubbles' turn done. Now it's over to that guy who currently has a Bubbles on his back and a Seth in front of him. Things are getting dire. Things are not going great. What the fuck is he gonna do? What? Actually. Yeah, okay. He's gonna cast Mirror Image on himself. And so you see all of a sudden, how many is it? 3. 3 illusory duplicates sort of surrounding his body, and kind of going like in him and out and around him. It's really hard to keep track of where you're supposed to punch. That's gonna be his turn. So at this point, it's over to the other one that's still up, because there's only 2 up right now. The one you're engaged with and the other one. The other one is going to, because he currently isn't directly engaged with anybody. I wonder. I'm going to sketch a thing out real quick, because I want to see if this is legal. So if Sapling's over here, and if Edna and Encheiron are right there, and he was over here. I'm going to be nice and say that he can only get 2 of you in this. I just don't know if it should be Edna or Encheiron. Because it's going to be Sapling and one or the other of you.
Since I came up to Edna, probably me. I would be closer to where Sapling would be, because I came up to Edna from where we came from.
Yeah, because in theory, could probably get all 3 of you, but I'm trying to be nice.
Don't be nice. It's not worth it.
You know, fuck it. You're right. It could get all three of you because you're within 5 feet of Edna, and this is a 5 foot wide blast. If he shot it between you,
Just do
he
it.
could hit both of you.
Fair enough.
Fuck it. Lightning bolt.
Oh,
so
gosh.
Fuck, don't. All right, never mind.
so who is stunned out of the three of you still? Just Edna and Sapling, right?
Edna and Sapling. I
Mhm.
still get to make my dexterity save. Not that it'll matter.
It could.
I
Not
have
a super
advantage
high
on those
DC.
too. That sucks.
Damn.
Well, no. I just think that even at half damage, I might be going down.
Oh,
I did get a pretty good roll, though. I got a 17, so that might be half damage.
That succeeds.
Yay.
That does, in fact, succeed. So you will take half damage, and these could be bad rolls. Oh god. Oh shit. Wait, how many?
stop it.
1, 2,
Stop
3,
it.
4. Oh, I'm one dice
No,
short.
stop
Hold
it.
on. Oh, god damn it.
Oh no.
So I'd like to go through the roller coaster of what just happened because I'll add it
Oh,
up
it's
in
been
a
nice
second.
knowing you guys.
So you roll 8d6. That is what you roll for this. It was a 6, a 4, a 6, a 5, and I went, oh shit. Then I heard 1, 3, 1. I went, okay, oh, but I'm short of dice. Let me roll the last one. 6. Fuck.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Yeah. So let me add that up real quick. Okay. Numbers. Yum, yum, yum. Okay. 3. Full damage was 32.
Oh wow.
Half damage is 16.
Yep, that's me down.
Who is still up?
Edna's still up, but she's not a bear anymore.
Okay, you broke bear form.
Did you
Okay.
just say that was 32 damage?
That was almost max. I
Seth.
rolled fucking high on that.
I'm down. That's my max health, and I was already at like half.
Seth,
Oh
you
my
feel
shit.
you feel your alacrity fade as I also go down.
We got 2 down. 1 popped out of bear but still stunned. Now, here is one benefit, and this is just a reminder of things. Those that were still stunned, if you get them up with a healing potion, which I assume you would have passed one out to some, you would know who has them at the very least. Who would have had them? There were 4 you bought. Who was holding them?
Yes, one was definitely given to Sapling, and one was definitely given to Encheiron before all this happened.
I'm going to assume it was because there was a few hours of travel before you left, or after you left.
Let's pretend Seth has one as well.
Okay, sure. I'm okay with that. So keep in mind, if they were stunned, getting them up, they no longer will be. And the healing potion would get them up with how much ever health they get from it. They aren't just stable. So remember that. Okay. This is dire. This is fun. I haven't had combat like this in a hot minute. Okay.
Glad someone's having fun.
Oh yeah. So that fucker.
Yeah,
that's
I
his turn.
checked, and luckily, I saved. But even if I didn't save, I would still just be down. I wouldn't have outright died. It
That
was
is
close.
good.
2 more, and if I failed, I would have outright died. But I didn't fail, and I didn't. So that wouldn't have been an issue, anyways.
What is it with me and accidentally almost killing your characters? It was like that with Yelenia and the fucking disintegrate, and then just hoping that
yeah.
people had counterspell.
That was an accident? I don't think that was an accident, though.
No, listen, when I tell you that I hoped somebody had the counterspell, it was a risk that I took. It was
And even if you
beautiful.
didn't, you did remind that we could do our thing with the natural
Correct.
20s.
Correct. But anyway, Seth, it's your turn. You just watch Peepaw go down and the horse go down, and Edna's no longer a bear as you heard this kaboom, and there was lightning that scorched a tree, and it might be lighting on fire as well, but that's unimportant.
Where's the one that did?
He is within your movement speed, probably about 30 feet away. Keep in mind you are currently engaged with the other, so it could make an attack on you. You are engaged with the other one.
I'm gonna spend another key point. Step of the wind, disengage.
Okay, so that'll be your bonus action.
I'm running at that other bitch, and my action is being spent attacking. And Seth is gonna go full feral and try to bite him.
Okay.
Very
Is it a crit?
thematic. Love.
Okay. It's what we needed right now. Okay.
And as he's running at this guy, he's going to scream, voice cracking. Trying to think of what he'd say exactly.
Mm.
No one hurts Dad! As he goes to attack. And he did, what is my fucking shit? 8 acid.
Okay, 8 acid damage. Is that already doubled?
I forgot to double it. No.
16. Now, you don't forget you do need to roll on the table, because that may affect things heavily.
94.
94. I am going to say, because normally this would have been rolled before you gave me damage. I'm going to say that's what happened here. Because you go in for the kill, your opponent suffers vulnerability to all damage types you inflict on it for the rest of the encounter. So that would have made the sorry, how much damage? It was 16 into 32, which definitely changes things. Let me add up that here. So how do you kill it?
That bite goes.
You cut out entirely. The ending.
That bite goes right to the neck.
Okay. And so you take a deep, fury, feral bite, and it goes down. And it tastes bad. It's rotten. It's grainy. It's ash. But you don't care. You do have 10 more feet of movement. Do you want to start moving in any specific direction? There's one more up, and then there are 2 of your people down.
He.
You can't get to any of them this turn, but do you want to start moving?
He's gonna start towards in Chiron.
Okay. You'll definitely be able to get there next turn. Just not quite yet. That one's down. Let me actually just remove all the ones that are down here. Okay. Edna, it is your turn. Make me an intelligence save.
Here we go. Hey, that's a 19.
That'll succeed. And so your head is fuzzy. You can't focus. Everything is strange. And then you snap into this moment of clarity, the clarity of battle, and you see 2 people are down, Sapling and Chiron. There's one of the enemy left up, and you're yourself again.
Shit. There's one
Sa-
left.
There's one left, but that is the end of your turn with that save.
You're right. I forgot about that part.
No, it's okay. Sapling.
Death save is just a flat d20, right?
It is a flat d20. Sapling and Chiron, you can do at the same time since you're right after each other.
Oh yeah,
And
I
then-
forgot about that.
Yep. Death saves are a flat
Oh
d20,
boy,
no
this is gonna
modifier.
go well.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 9.
A 9 is a failure.
Twinsies.
Those are, that is a failure each.
I'm
Whew.
scared.
Okay. Okay. Bubbles. He's up. He is on the last remaining guy. He's just gonna try to attack him, try to keep him off of you guys. It's gonna be a 18, so that'll hit. Although I need to roll for the mirror image. Is it 3 or higher? I think it is. Good. God damn it. Okay. Oh, I need to roll that. Okay. So Bubbles. I'll say he kind of dropped off, went for a slash, and he slashed toward a duplicate. So yeah, that's gonna be his turn. He didn't quite do much, but one of the duplicates is gone now, so it is a little easier to hit the creature. So at this point, it's over towards the guy who's up. He sees one of his duplicates go down. He's going to use Magic Missile. And he's going to target 3 separate people. He's going to shoot one at Seth. He's going to shoot one at Sapling, and he's going to shoot one at Chiron. Which, for the two of you, is an auto-failed death save. So you will have 2 failed death saves, both Sapling and Chiron. And Seth, you are going to take 5 force damage. Seth, it's your turn again.
He can make it to Chiron in this turn.
You can make it to Chiron or Sapling.
He's going to go to Chiron first and spend his action giving that potion. You stupid Mike.
Yep. You give the health potion with your action. It's 2d4 plus 2, I believe. I'm going to say it is, yes. So go ahead and roll that for me. And that's how much
Me
Chiron
or
gets back.
Callie?
You, since you're administering the potion.
Okay. Let me find my other... Go. Always missing at least one of my... I don't know where they go. You said it was
2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2, okay. It's 9.
So in Chiron, there's pain. There's pain again. And then there's rejuvenation and you're awake. Still in pain. Seth leaning over you. Okay. Edna. You are no longer stunned. And you can see that Chiron is up and Sapling is within your reach. Then there's also one other enemy. What do you do?
How far is the enemy?
The enemy, 40 feet. Sapling.
Is that closer or further than Sapling?
Sapling is closer. Sapling is only... Actually, I'll say they're about the same. 30 each. I will keep in mind for you, Sapling is up next. If Sapling fails a death save, that's it.
Oh, we're that. I
But
didn't realize we're that far.
oh
Far on
yeah,
it.
so it was a failed death save on the first roll, and then
I missed the second failed one.
The creature attacked
Oh,
with a magic missile.
I missed that part.
Yeah.
I apologize.
No, you're good. That's why I was saying something so that you realized.
Appreciate
Okay.
it. Edna's gonna. Ugh, what the hell happened? One. Horse. And she's gonna run to sapling.
Okay. And then it is just an action to administer the potion.
Administering potion.
Okay. And so you do. You immediately bottle in, roll 2d4 plus 2.
Me or sapling?
You, since you're administering the potion.
Gotcha. 8.
8. Sapling, you get 8 health back and pop up in the middle of all of this with Edna over top. You're back.
You're back. Edna gives you a thumbs up as you come to, and then she's wild shaping into a wolf and going an extra 20 feet at the guy.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, with that sapling, you're up again. You are conscious, you are awake. You see that there is a guy, one last enemy remaining, and then everyone else is up.
Well, I hate this. That was awful. I hated that a lot. I really hated that a lot. I saw the light, but it was hot and red and fiery. I'm gonna wombo combo again. So that's gonna be another hex. Same thing, dexterity. I don't know how rough it's looking. I don't really care. I'm gonna make sure that it dies, or at least I'm gonna try. I was gonna say die trying, but I already tried that. It was too close for comfort. Oh, mother of piss. That's a 15 and a 16 to hit.
Those will actually both hit.
But you have to roll for mirror image.
Correct. That is correct. They would hit the AC, but
Okay,
actually,
how do I
what
do
is
that?
I do.
Oh, you do.
Hold on. Oh shit. Actually, because one of the duplicates is lost, yeah, both of those will hit.
Yay! Okay, so that's gonna be 11 force damage and 7 necrotic.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah, I don't even need to do that. Let me just mark that. So, you aim, you fire these out, and the first one hits and blows a huge chunk that disintegrates to ash. And the second one, you don't know if the second impact is what did it, or if it was done already. It's hard to tell. But you watch as its body just blows apart.
Yay!
The only thing left being the cloak, the wand, and the book.
Well, that was scary. One of those words is going to be a mass healing word, and all of us, including Bubbles, because it's 6 targets, heal for. If we're out of initiative. I know the last guys ran away for the past few rounds. Are we out of initiative?
That guy what ran away, I mean, that lasts for long enough. He would be out of here by now. Yeah, I'll say we're out of initiative.
Okay, so one of those words is mass healing word, and we all heal. Okay, we all heal 10. That includes Bubbles. And and guy who's on the ground. The mess.
Yes, which at this point that went very fast. Combat in D&D goes very fast. That was all less than a minute. How are you doing, guy on the ground? You are messed up, you're hurt, but you just got a little bit of healing. Things are quieting down. What's your reaction to all this?
I I believe he would be dazed just a minute as he's like staring up at the sky, and then he just kind of lays there, scimitar in hand, and it's just like fucking clockworks and sea serpents. What the fuck? And like sits up as he's just adjusting himself and like trying to snap out of this little dazed feeling he's in. Goddamn.
I will get up and go over. Hello, are you all right? Seems you are being attacked by those creatures.
Um, I'm fine for the most part, I guess. And you are?
Oh, yes, in Chiron, Laradrian, I hold out my hand to shake while he's
Uh,
on the ground.
my earbud's coming off. Oh god. he he accepts the handshake.
And I
Magnus.
and I
Solemnly.
try to pull him up, pull him to his feet. I have
Thank
+1
you.
strength. It's not my other cleric who has -3 strength. I can
Oh,
probably do that.
oh,
So
he,
I
oh god. Thank you for helping me. I deeply appreciate it. Um,
oh, it's no trouble at all.
uh, and I feel like he's looking at the site around him. He's like, okay, assessing in my head. He's like, well, um, I am Magnus, the Magnus Solomon, extraordinary traveler. Uh, and this must be your group in Chiron?
Oh, not my group, but a group.
How exactly you get attacked by those things? As a note, Seth has walked up and is clinging to Encheiron for dear life.
Edna would also have walked up and be out of wild shape at this point.
Uh, Magnus is like cracking his neck, his like arm, his muscles. And he's like, well, I was delivering something to a friend of mine, but then those things showed up and decided to play patty cake with me. So I don't know. Um, I don't I didn't my stuff is completely ruined except my bag, but great. Thank you
Well,
again.
where
Well,
are you heading to?
I was planning to head to Burnsley.
Oh,
Uh,
well, we're not heading in that direction, but we will in a little over a day. We have a stop to go to before then.
he he's just gonna narrow his eyes and stare at everyone, and it is like, wait. You look awfully familiar, I think. And he goes to like to get his bag and pull out a paper, like just
Oh,
puts it up and like lifts it, looks at you, lifts it, looks at you, and it's like, huh, no wonder you look familiar. You must be the group that I've heard about, honestly. Kind of.
What have you
Oh,
heard?
um, last I heard, you guys were on the run, kind of. You disappeared, more so, from what a friend of mine had told me.
What
this,
friend?
Just some local taverman knows his way around.
They do that.
What's on the paper?
It's
Seth is trying to look at it.
I mean, he can show
You
it.
can't
He's
read,
not.
bitch.
Well, he
He
doesn't
can
know if
kind of
it's a
read.
picture or words.
It's
He
it's
wants to know what's
more
on it.
it's more like a drawing. I don't know. It's a drawing of like you guys, and then it says like wanted at the bottom. Kind of like, yeah, I've seen you guys before, and I saw this at the like post board at the tavern. And I'm like, huh. I thought I'd, take it, see if I find anybody. And then this
Well, what,
happened.
Well,
what are you
I
going to
assure
do
you
about
we
it?
are not really.
I thought
Edna.
Cass said we weren't.
Are you guys are or aren't? 'Cause-
No, we're not.
Oh, okay.
Well, we are, but only by really one very dangerous person.
That's good as long as you guys don't rob my stuff.
Oh,
Thank you.
no, we wouldn't dream of it.
No, please
What do
don't.
you plan to do now that you've seen it?
Um, well, I was just gonna grab my stuff and begin walking, but would it be fine if I, you know, uh, go to the pit stop before I head to Bermsley with you guys?
Oh, would that be an issue? I look to Edna because it's Edna's mission.
If you can promise me that you're not going to go rat us out later, I see no problem with it.
Hey, I swear I won't.
Good.
Well, we're on the topic. How did you come to be accosted by these creatures? They seemed like a more deathly version of someone more jolly creatures.
I feel like Magnus will look at you a bit confused, like, Jolly? Oh,
Well,
okay.
yes, I've been familiar with some of the sort. They're usually, or at least some of them are, well, jolly is the only way to describe them.
Okay, that's all good. Um, well, while I was on the road, planning to head to Bermsley, they it was more like they were just showing up randomly. They were watching me at first, so I didn't pay mind and kept moving. One of them decided to jump me, and then the rest showed up. I was on the ground looking like listen middle Ariane. So this whole situation that I just frustrated me. And then you guys showed up.
Yes, it would be quite frustrating. I'm, I'm gonna go look at one of the piles of ash and look at the book and wand to see if I can find any clues about who these people, who.
For sure. I would say for the pile, it would be an investigation check. For the book and wand, that would
Okay.
be a separate check. That would be Arcana.
Okay, so my investigation check is a 18, and my Arcana check is a 21.
Okay. For the pile, taking a look at it, do you touch it at all, or are you just looking?
No, I don't want to get cursed, and even if it's not cursed, the ash would do very bad things to my gloves and my lungs and my suit and everything.
Oh,
For sure. Well, taking a look at it, then you can tell it very much appears ashen. But given the fact that it made up their bodies and appeared so solid, it's more than likely you're guessing it is just incredibly dry skin. It is basically just a pile of dried skin. There is no blood. There is no viscera, no internal organs of any kind that disintegrated. It was as if they were a hollow shell of cracked paper and skin that then, upon being destroyed or impacted or harmed, fell apart. Um, you did find out they are undead in nature, given the turn that you did earlier. And they do bear a resemblance to not just the jolly fellow you met, but actually he had another like him with him,
Yeah.
which you would have, I believe you would have heard the name at least briefly,
Yeah.
Morzog. These look more akin to him than the Santerclans figure. Santerclans, his skin still looked moistened. It looked less like cracked paper and more skin. Leathery, but still. This is very, very dry, and looks more like that Morzog figure. Though the outfit is very different, the demeanor is very different from what you saw. As for the book and the wand, you can see a few of them have slight variations, as in the core, the wood. Maybe a different type of wood, but most of them are they're not stained at all. They're not the refined wands you would get at a Mages Institute or would see at a place like that. These are very natural, as if they were made themselves, with a dried tendril of something wrapping around its length. The book itself is a very simple black tome for all of them. No identifying markings on the outside, but internally, you can see they are spell books. Every single one of these is a spell book. Mostly the same spells, um, but they are spell books. They are written in. Do you know Undercommon?
I do not.
Okay, then you can't identify the language they are written in or read it. However, you can tell they are spell books by the arcane symbols that are written throughout and the various diagrams. Even if you can't read exactly what they are. Yeah. I do really quickly, because I actually just saw the time. I would like to go ahead and take a break if you all don't mind, and then we'll come back and continue afterwards. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Yay, Mother is
'Cause,
letting us eat.
yes. And we're back. I have cake and tea. Things are good. So, yeah. Um, so in Chiron, you have a little bit more information on the creatures and what they were carrying, as well as their makeup, at least post-mortem makeup of themselves. What do you all want to do at this point? The cart is mostly burnt out. At this point, most of the fire has subsided. It does seem to have been just a cart belonging to a farmer who may have been taking some goods one way or the other. Though the only body that could belong to that farmer, more than likely, is the burnt to a crisp one.
Well, that's
Um,
quite unfortunate.
but yeah, what do you want to do at this point?
Hmm.
Can I just trips? Well,
I mean, I think Magnus is just gonna collect his things. I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
or whatever's
Collect all
remaining
your
of it.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, collect all your things, your gear, um, which you know, um, gather all that together, and that's easy enough. Um, what about the rest of you? Anything you'd like to do before setting back off?
I say a small prayer over the dead body of the farmer. It's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
So
got
you
nothing.
do so. Okay,
Seth is just staring at the new guy. That's about it.
of course.
I feel like he'd pick up his coat and dust it off in such a dramatic flair before putting it on. He's just like, okay. So when are we heading off? Ooh, I think my mic just broke. I'm scared.
But
No, we can hear you.
Yay.
the movers.
I'm just waiting for direction from the
Yeah.
Edna.
Yeah, from the Edna.
Yeah, no.
If we are ready to go, we can start going. I'm more worried about the two of you that went down.
Oh, it's not a problem. I healed everyone up. I'm feeling quite okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sure, we'll try to make a short, short trip of the rest of this, and then rest. We need it. With that, we can start going.
Okay, and so you begin to continue your travel. All of you moving on from this site of battle, you do not spot the other creature. Seth, you were going to be doing the second watch. Go ahead and make a perception check.
You know, this makes some sense. He has a natural 1 with a
Oh.
+6. He's paying more attention to Magnus than else.
Okay. You are very distracted, and so distracted, in fact, that you don't notice that nothing happens for the remainder of this. And lucky you are. However, you do find yourself tripping on uh, things in the road as you go, the occasional rock or stick or something that most others would, be walking over. You just kind of stumble over and catch yourself. In fact, go ahead and make me a deck save, Seth.
+12.
Oh, okay. not as graceful as you could be, but you don't fall flat on your face, as there is a sort of just big flat stone that's embedded in the dirt road. Just one that's been buried by dirt over time and slowly kind of uncovered. And your foot catches and you almost fall on your face. Catch yourself. Keep going.
Seth, are you all right?
Yeah, fine.
All right then.
Why?
Well, you almost fell. You keep tripping over things. It's
No, I don't. You are. And he's gonna kind of speed up a little, just because.
Seth, you don't have to double down just because you feel bad.
I don't feel bad.
Hey, you're fine.
Well,
before we arrive. I'm going to hand my potion off to Seth. You used your potion, didn't you? I here. If somebody's hurt, I can simply heal them.
You should probably keep it.
If you insist.
I do. I don't need it.
All right. I keep the potion on me then.
okay. And actually, question for Sapling here, just so I know. Who is in control right now?
Me.
Me. Okay. So, Seth, it's reaching time where it's probably getting to about time to stop. The sun is getting low. You know that there will be a little bit of travel in the morning. This goes for all of you. You know that there will be a little bit of travel left in the morning, but not a whole lot. You'll arrive about the time that you set out the day before. But it is getting dark. You're tired. You could push on for a little bit further, and get a little bit closer, but there would be a save that would need to be made for exhaustion. That is up to you if you want to do the last bit of travel in the morning, or get it over with now and risk exhaustion.
Seth's gonna vote the morning because both the horse and dad are not great.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yep.
Okay. So, sleepy time. Okay. So, at this point, you find a place a little bit off the road. However, it does begin to rain. The sky opens up, and it's not a torrential downpour, but it is a little more than a drizzle. And the ground begins to get a bit soft. So you'll need to find a slightly better place to set up so it isn't so muddy. So one of you make a survival check.
I got it. Fuck.
I can guide you if you need.
You didn't got it.
No. What'd you say?
I can give you a D4 in these trying times.
A D4 isn't gonna save this one. Well,
Oh no.
it might help. It might help, right?
Maybe. It could.
Right.
I'll allow. Normally it has to be stated before, I'm pretty sure, but I'll allow it if you want.
Okay, that makes it an 8
Eight.
on a natural one.
Okay. So close. So you are
That's my
unable.
dice that says fuck.
Oh no. you are unable to find a better place to set up. There was a clearing that, if it hadn't been raining, would have been perfect. That is the best thing you can find right now.
This
There's
rain makes
yeah.
me mad.
Yes.
It has ruined whole day.
Not the fight.
Oh, the fight was already bad. This just made the day especially bad. We don't even get to like talk around fire or relax to bond. Something good. Nothing good.
Well, I'm sure if we properly shelter it, we could build a fire of some sort, maybe.
I'm sure. You're right.
I'd say speak for yourself. I like the rain.
I'm speaking for myself.
So you are able to get tents and things set up with a little bit of difficulty. Um, are you going to attempt to set up a fire?
Sure, and I will use my tarp that I have. I have a tarp from way back when we were stranded on the island
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
that I can try to set up a little like overhang for our fire.
Okay, go ahead, and I will need a survival check for this.
Okay. That is a rainy day 20.
Okay, okay. Rainy day 20 is enough. And so you set up a little bit of a overhang for the fire, um, making sure it won't get damaged too much by the fire, but also that it'll keep the rain off it. And you can set up a little campfire in the center of your camp.
See, it's
Yeah.
just a matter of keeping things relatively dry.
Well, I will need two people, at least two, could be more if you wish, for watch.
Seth claims it.
I want.
You want watch? Okay, so the two of you. Um, who wants to go first? First watch.
Me.
You want to do first watch? Okay, you were first. So you camp gets set up, everybody settles down for bed, and you set up for first watch. Um, go ahead and make a perception check first off.
Ooh. That is a 27.
27. And how would you be passing the time during your watch, if anything at all?
Um, honestly, just kind of, with such a good roll, I think it adds up. Just kind of looking at everything, just really alert. Holy shit, I almost died today.
Okay. And so with that alertness, you're looking out into the trees, which the rain has begun to come down a bit heavier. The ground is wet, it's muddy, it's gross. But thanks to the tarp, you do still have a fire. And you're able to kind of huddle near it or somewhere to stay a little drier and a little warmer. And you just watch. And it's about then that you see this weird rock. It's a little bit purplish in color. And I'd say it's probably 10 feet from you. And you're pretty sure it wasn't there before.
Hmm.
It's not necessarily smooth, but it is definitely wet from the rain. Although an odd thing you definitely notice with that perception roll, it doesn't have the shine of a wet rock, more so the damp look of wet ground. There's no shine that you would see, if a rock was wet. It's just darker in color and wet. Definitely out of place.
Interesting. I don't want to get wet. I want to try to push it over to myself with gust.
Okay. Let me double check. Gust. Is there like a limit to what it can push that it says?
Yes. You object that is neither held nor carried that weighs no more than 5 pounds, and it can be pushed up to 10 feet. It says up to 10 feet away from you, but the range is 30 feet for a gust. So I feel like
Okay.
I could put it behind it and push it towards me.
I would allow that. It's more of a question of how much this thing weighs. Hold on.
Yeah. Because if it's over 5 pounds, it's a no-go.
Yeah, which actually I'm pretty sure there is an answer to this question. I just have to find it. That's not what I asked. What the fuck? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say so. 5 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. So you, because this is very not helpful. So you do so, and it lifts off the ground slightly as it gets whoosh, pushed in your direction. Not enough to get like a really great look at it, but just kind of like just lifts a little bit, just slides in your direction. You can get it as close as you want, I would say.
I just want to get it so I can grab it and not have to, go out in the rain and go pick it up and go bring it back.
Okay. I would also, for reference here, you can get it that close, and it's about 1.5 feet long and maybe a foot wide.
Oh, that's a big fucking rock. I didn't think it
Yeah,
was that.
it's
I was imagining a pebble.
oh no, but the gust does work, and it does push it that close. Um, so it's very light. This isn't a rock.
Oh,
It's definitely not a rock. In fact, it almost looks like cloth. Like it's maybe a jacket, but not quite. You don't see arms on it. At least not yet. It looks just round, like a rock kind of.
I
And
want
then
to.
yeah.
I want to pick it up and look if there's anything on the bottom of it. I better not see a bunch of legs.
And so you pick it up, you lift it, and hesitantly turn it over, and it's again very light, like maybe a pound, 2 pounds, maybe. You pick it up and you turn it over, and what you see might be just the most horrifying thing you've ever seen. With the legs bunched up to the chest and the arms tucked tightly under, that then spread, you see what looks like a little man, but that's not right. The eyes aren't right. They're on top of the head. Kind of, it almost looks like this thing's wearing a costume. It's a kind of purplish face that looks like it unhinges, just like kind of
Wait, no.
like a duck almost,
No,
or like
please.
more more like a frog.
Don't do this to me.
Oh
And then
dear.
you realize this outfit, this rock. No, this wasn't a rock at all. As it unfolds into its full glory, It looks like you, but not sapling. It looks like you.
What the
And it looks
fuck?
at you, and its mouth opens. Hey.
What? What? What are you?
I don't really know. They call me Wormit.
Why? Who calls you Wormit? Who do you talk to?
We call us Wormit.
Who's we?
Oh, you know.
No.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
The eyes blink. They do like the frog blink. The one eye at a time. You know.
No. What do you gain from being this?
Everything.
Ew.
Can you put me down now?
Drop it.
You just drop it, and it's like it just kind of falls to the ground and flops, and then stands up in kind of like a disjointed motion, like it's not fully accustomed to the body it's in.
Oh my gosh.
And then it stands, and it just stares at you. And then it sits, just kind of sits by the fire, warm.
Don't do that.
It just turns its head and stares at you. And then it reaches into like a little pocket. There's like a little pocket in the fabric in the little outfit it's wearing that looks like you. And it reaches into the pocket, pulls out what looks like a really tiny purple worm, but made of fuzz. It just looks like a piece of fuzz. It's clearly not the real thing. And then it just eats it. And it fakes chews. And then it opens its mouth, and it's gone. It has nothing to chew with. There's no throat. You don't know where it went. Didn't fall out.
Okay, we don't need the whole reenactment. Ugh. You know, it would be hypocritical to say that identity theft is no joke, but it's not hypocritical to say that you are disgusting.
So are you.
Oh boy.
At least I'm beautiful.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna lie down now. It just kind of like curls up into a rock again.
No.
But real quick, like before fully curling up, peeks the head out and goes, "I'm gonna wear your skin." And then fully peeks under, like gets under the rock.
Oh no. I've never thought about killing one of my own before, but
He's defenseless. He's laying there. You can do anything right now.
yeah. Like the hands
Now's the
shaking.
time. Do it.
It would be so easy.
Every
No,
instinct is
maybe
telling you
later.
this is wrong.
Yeah. I can't. We can't.
Okay. The rest of your watch goes by without issue. Except
for
for the
that.
fact he doesn't go away.
Oh,
Even as you go toward like your area to sleep, the little arm pokes out and waves. Good night.
mm.
And then you go get Seth.
Yeah.
Okay. You go get Seth. Seth, when you go out there is no purple rock.
What?
Not that. Do you warn Seth about it? Do you say anything to Seth about it as you go?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Seth, you know about it. It's not. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
There's some weird felt, weird duck thing. Don't talk to it.
Oh, okay. Won't.
Okay, have a nice watch.
Okay. And he'd go out there.
Okay. Well, go out there. There is nothing. Make a perception check for your watch.
As I do the math, he is sitting outside of the tarp, enjoying the rain, but close enough that he can still feel the warmth of the fire.
Mhm.
And that's an 18.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. With an 18, you sit there, you watch, you listen. You don't see any more of those strange ashen creatures. Nothing of the like. Nothing at all. Then you feel a presence on your left. It's just this very large presence. And you feel in your gut this pang of fear, but you don't know why.
He'd look to see what.
Nothing there. Nothing whatsoever.
I think he'd take a note from Edna's book and kind of do a perimeter with that feeling.
Make a perception check.
It's 25.
25. You see nothing. Don't even see a weird purple rock. Nothing. Which is almost worse. Though, you don't know if it's the shriek from the creature before or what, but your head hurts. Though it didn't really affect you earlier. Weird. But you just have a little bit of a headache.
He'd just end up going and kind of curling up into a ball over by the fire again. Still keeping watch, but just staying there.
Okay. And so that's the rest of watch, and eventually morning comes. Everybody is awake or woken, and the morning is yours. If there's anything any of you would like to do before heading out.
Is it gone?
You don't see it.
I don't know if I'm relieved or scared.
Uh, but you look around immediately. You see nothing. And then you feel something on your back. Like the horseback.
No, please.
Where
Actually,
are
I
we
wouldn't
going?
be looking for it. Come on now. If I screamed, it wouldn't pick up on my mic. So just imagine it.
Okay, okay.
In
And
your
all of
mind's
you,
eye.
in your mind's eye, all of you hear the scream, look over, and you see this fuzzy blob with little bits poking out, and arms and legs, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a frog-like mouth, uh, on Sapling's back.
Wait, it only has 2 legs?
Yeah, only 2 arms and 2 legs. Like again, but
Oh.
like there's little protrusions that are like fake. Like I want you to imagine this, right? It is Kermit, Kermsley, that exact thing with a, obviously not Kermsley, but like Kermit in a worm outfit.
Wait.
He isn't a worm. It's Kermit in a worm outfit. Kind of like how Kermsley was Kermit in a Kingsley outfit.
But purple and with clown makeup.
Yeah, well, this is a purple one with a worm outfit.
Oh.
Ugh. I'm like, as I'm incredibly sore because of the rain, and
Okay, old ass.
so I, what is that?
Should I hit it with a hammer?
Baby.
It says yes to me.
Okay. So what do you do, Edna? Do you go and attack Wormit?
Edna's going to take out a small hammer that she had purchased a while ago, and she's just gonna chuck it at him. Not really
Okay.
trying to hit, just like get it near him.
Okay, roll a ranged attack. So d20
Mm.
plus dexterity. And
That's
if
a
you have
natural
proficiency, add
20
proficiency.
when it
Oh
didn't
shit.
matter.
Okay.
I
So
want to just land right in front of him. Close
okay,
enough, I could have hurt him.
he is on Sapling's back.
Oh,
So do you want to like go like past his head, sort of thing?
yeah, past his head. Past his head. It's good. I didn't
Okay.
realize it was Zeppelin's back.
No, you're good. That is a thing you can with a natural 20. You can do that perfectly. It grazes past. Even if your aim was even a little bit off, would have clocked him in the side of the head. But your aim is perfect. Goes right past the head, no visible reaction, and just goes. Could have hurt somebody with that.
Are you going to kill us?
Leans a little bit towards you, almost like half hanging off the horseback. Just looks you right in the eye and goes, "No."
Somehow I
Leans
don't
back.
believe you.
I would like to wear all of your skins, but I don't plan to kill you.
Inside?
Insight, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and insight a somehow worse threat than death.
15.
100% honest. Does not plan to kill you before wearing your skin.
You were terrifying, little. What are you?
Just
Some kind
reaches
of
into the pocket, grabs out one of those purple fuzzes, munches on it. Worm it.
well, Varmint, if you're not going to kill us, can you go away? I don't like you very much.
No.
Why not?
I don't have the ability to.
Sapling, have you seen this thing before?
No.
Do you know where it came from?
No.
Looks directly at Sapling. Don't lie.
I'm
So it's like made of fabric and stuff.
Seems to be, yes.
And you don't like it, right?
Oh,
Get it.
Seth is going to climb onto Sapling's back
Mm-hmm.
and try to grab it.
Does not fight it. It is a cloth puppet. You grab it with ease.
He's going to proceed to do what Floof did to the Bubbles plush.
Okay.
oh no.
Just grab it. And just
Yes.
okay, and he proceeds to go "Ah," as he gets like flung around, slammed on the ground, slammed across the ground, gets torn
Careful, you're
to
gonna eat another worm.
shreds, gets literally torn to shreds, and lying there on the ground, a mutilated puppet. And then from behind a tree, you hear, "Man, I'd hate to be that guy." As he's standing right there.
We're all going to die.
I
That's your problem now.
No.
yes, it is odd, but you should probably get going to this lumber place.
Ooh, a lumber place. You can get new bones there. And it's
I hate the
interesting.
thought of this coming with us, but fine.
To describe how he walks, you have to understand, like, if you've ever seen I don't know what era of animation it was, but it was like usually like wooden puppets and stuff, how they'd like hobble along the ground, their limbs would kind of like flop around a lot. That's how he
Oh.
moves. So like he's not walking. His feet don't touch the ground. He just kind of like floats along the ground in a mockery of walking. Like there are strings holding him aloft. There are not.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. And he, attempts to climb onto your back. Do you fight it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this will be contested athletics.
I'm probably
Ver-
gonna fail. I'm gonna lose to a puppet. Oh, never mind. Well, who knows? Maybe he's a fucking amazing being who can do anything.
Maybe.
That's a 21.
Well, he had a 19 on the dice,
So did I.
-4.
Oh.
So,
Ugh.
no strength. So, you fight him off, and he's like, "Fine, but I'll be following you." And then he backs into the tree line rapidly. It's like, and he's
It's
gone.
somehow worse.
You see him like peeking around the tree. And Bubbles at that point just kind of comes up and is like, "You all look scared. What the fuck did I miss?" Yeah, I don't
Bubbles,
want to know. I don't want to know.
it's for the best you don't.
All right,
Learn as little as you can. Let's go.
let's go. And so you all pack up, get your things, and go. Okay, so who's taking watch for this little bit leg of the trip? Cannot be Edna or no, sorry. Yeah, Edna or Seth, because those were the two who did it before.
I suppose I can take watch for this leg of the journey.
Okay.
A solid 15.
Solid 15, okay. So you don't see the strange puppet creature as you go, for better or worse. But you do begin to see as you go what little bit of animal life you'd seen this close to the road begins to thin out as you get closer to the location of the lumber mill, which you would have been able to discern from maps and things before you left that it is basically right on the road. It's not very far off the road that the actual lumber mill is. There's actually a little bit of a stream that goes through here that powers like the water wheel and everything, and so you can immediately start to hear the rushing of water, and eventually you start to see machines. They're large quadrupedal machines carrying logs on their large shoulders. Um, they're essentially two arms, usually ending in some type of large logging hook to hold the logs in place. Um, no head of any kind, just a large barrel torso with some type of engine within, and then the four legs for stability. And you see them beginning to make their way sort of on the sides of the road as you approach the logging mill. And you see them carrying, 4 or 5 large tree trunks at a time. There aren't many of them. You see probably 3 making their way back and forth. Um, Edna, when you see these, how does that make you feel?
It's a lot of lumber for just the morning.
These large mechanized beings continue their way, unimpeded, ignoring you entirely. And then you see the building itself. Most logging mills that you see are, maybe a house where the people live, or the work is, the more manager type work is done out of. Then usually something to cut the lumber down, some type of mill. This is like a small factory. There's it looks like most of the cutting is done inside, as that's where the logs are being taken by the machines. There are piles upon piles of cut logs. The area directly around it is barren, entirely barren. You can still see stumps where there were trees, but it is. You'd notice the trees thinning out as you got closer, but this is something else entirely. This is just empty, save for the mechanized creations. You can see others now. Not all the same type, not all as large, but smaller ones as well. It almost seems as if this entire place is mechanized, save for a few people ordering the machines around. And this place is immense compared to what you may have expected. What's your first move?
I'm going to need to rethink plans. I did not anticipate it being so big.
I will note, um, and Kyron, you'd been doing the watch. On the way here, maybe about 10 minutes back down the road, you think you'd seen something a little bit into the tree line that may have been some type of small cottage, but it looked very run down, as if nobody lived there anymore, kind of run down. The ceiling was falling in a little bit, but it wasn't anything really of note. Um, but it seemed kind of out of the way. Uh, and now that you're here, you can kind of think back. You haven't seen anybody making their way along the road in this area since back near Bermsley. You've seen nobody. Um, this area is both a natural dead zone and also a dead zone for people, it seems. Um, just some information that might be useful for something. But yeah, what do you wish to do?
We haven't seen people in ages. You think we could just walk in?
Hmm.
Because I haven't seen anyone come or go. And there aren't that many people there. It seems. At least outside.
Well, if it's all automated, I'm sure there's at least somebody inside.
Yeah. Our goal is to mostly just slow what they're doing. We don't need to completely sabotage.
I would rather stay away from the sabotage aspect. But if we must, I suppose.
It's a last-ditch effort, and we wouldn't want to destroy the whole place. Just a little bit.
Hmm.
Remove some key parts that simply stop it from functioning, and it will take time to get more. Ideally, not blow anything up. But that is for later. Anyway,
Ideally, yes.
we should go and see if we can find someone in charge and talk to them.
Yes, talking, that would be most preferable.
Okay.
If they're willing to talk. Edna's gonna put her fist in her hand. Then she's gonna start walking.
Okay. And so, sounds like we're walking to do some talking.
Mm-hmm.
So you begin to approach. You are not
Um,
bothered.
before
The
we,
oh, yes.
before we get in, I will do good old enhanceability charisma on Edna.
Oh, she needs that.
You get advantage on charisma stuff now.
Cool. I still have a -1.
Advantage might save it though, so
It
it
might.
could help.
It will help, no matter what.
Mhm. Okay. Well, you make your way up, and none of the automatons seem to pay you any mind, whether that is because they can't or because they simply don't. Not sure. But you do get glances from a few of the people who are there. There's, again, maybe a small handful spread out wide across this area. And they seem to be just kind of watching.
Edna's gonna go up to one of them.
Okay.
Whoever's the closest.
I'd say,
Hello.
yeah.
I'm looking for someone to talk to, ideally in a higher position of authority.
This guy, kind of lanky, elven guy, he looks at you and is like, "Hey, boss is supposed to be here in the next few, maybe next few minutes. Um, if you can wait around, maybe he'd be willing to talk, but no promises."
Thank you. We'll wait.
All right, hey, just go wait over there in that building, and he points over to sort of like it looks like the entryway to one of the larger buildings. There's a lobby in there.
Thank you.
Okay. And so you head over and enter into a nicer lobby. There's some tables, chairs, reading material. Very much the area before reception, before going into a building. Um, and you all enter in and wait. Do you want to discuss anything while you wait? Do anything while you wait to prep? Or do you just wait?
Well, we should discuss what we're gonna talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to try to think of this over farming of the areas, breaking any codes of any sort.
Yes, I think that's going to be our best bet.
What kind of check would I have to make to think of that?
Of like codes and things. I would say that would be a history check to think back of like things you remember.
Okay. It's not my area of expertise, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Could Edna help potentially?
I would say you would have to make your own check for this because you do.
Okay, I'll make
Both of you have very different bases for information.
Yeah, mine is a 10. Bad
10.
roll.
You feel like there should be something, maybe um deals with druids and things like that, but given the fact that you were sent out here by druids, probably not. Um, you can't really think of anything that you could use against the guy.
Okay.
And Edna, what about you?
What kind of check is it?
I'd be history.
What's the modifier for it?
Oh shit, I have no idea.
Intelligence.
Intelligence, there you
No,
go.
that's only an 8, so
Okay. Yeah, just can't really think of anything. Legal stuff isn't your expertise.
yeah, and it's like there has to be something, right? Like, isn't there laws for the? I don't know anything about laws.
Okay, let's see.
Well,
Ah, nice. Okay.
my last effort is threatening it for violence, which is not the best thing to do. Well, we can at least start at all civil, ask why the production is so high.
We could try first to appeal to their empathy, maybe, before we start beating them up.
Hey, that's why I brought you all along. You have better ideas than I do. How would you? How would we go about this? I'm open for suggestions. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, we know that there are druids in the area who would rather not have the force be destroyed. Maybe we mention those.
Yes, yes, yes. I'll discuss where I'm coming. Yes, I'll discuss where I'm coming from. The group did not tell me I had to keep them secret, so yes. Discuss the group of druids is having some concerns.
They don't particularly need to be they don't particularly need to cease operations. They just need to slow things down a little, maybe rely a bit more on manpower rather than those machines.
Yes, or at least slow the machines down.
Yes, or that.
It's
Although I
about
would
that
agree
time.
manpower would be better.
It's about that time. There are windows that face out back the way you came, and you can see coming down the road, roaring down the road, is a carriage, but shorter, squatter, longer, and spewing smoke. This
What
is
the hell
something
is
that
that?
you would see. Not many of you would have seen. In Chiron, you might be the only person who would have ever seen one of these, and that would have been years ago. This is a a lot of people call them personal locomotives, automotives. This is a land vehicle powered by an engine, smaller but not too dissimilar from what you would have seen within Valve, though again, much smaller.
Well,
And
that's quite interesting.
and as it comes to a very loud stop in front of the uh in front of the building you're in, the sound slowing and then stopping, a man gets out. He is shorter, squatter, possibly of dwarven descent, though the face is entirely clean shaven, giving a very clear view of the jowls on his face. He's looks a little older, middle late age, very portly, wearing a pressed navy suit with a few different pins on it, and his hair thinning but slicked back with what looks like some type of grease. I'll say it is sort of a brownish color. He is approached by the man that you spoke to outside, who points to the building you're in. He then, this portly man turns his head, looks in your direction, takes a deep breath, and then he walks toward your building. He opens the door, and he walks in and just kind of looks at each of you in turn and says, "Oh, what can I do for you?"
Hello, I am Edna. You're a person of higher authority here.
I am the owner of this company.
Thank you, that's what I was going for. I am a druid and I am coming here representing a group of druids who is concerned about the speed you are harvesting lumber.
Another druid, great. Listen, I'll tell you the same thing I told the last ones. I've carefully reviewed all the requests to slow down logging activities in the region. While I appreciate the sentiment, I must be clear we are not in the business of catering to misplaced concerns or slowing the pace of progress for anyone, especially when it's backed by outdated and irrelevant notions of conservation.
Oh, I see. So all the animals that live in the forest are simply beneath you. You, oh, holy great being.
You have to understand, our operations, we are highly strategic about where we pull from, and I assure you that the results are nothing short of industry leading compared to many other places that give
Yes,
no
and you just
regard.
destroy this place forever. This place will never recover from. What happens when you're done? The trees will run out.
Then they
Slow the
plant
dam down.
more.
Oh, yes, because there'll be enough trees after 50 years of this that the ones you planted have grown. You're a fool.
Is this going to come to violence?
Mm, no, I was told not to.
Good, because any attempt to escalate matters through violence or intimidation will have absolutely no effect on our plans. I will not be swayed by such tactics, nor will I entertain further dialogue on that front. So, violence is not the answer, and I've told you no. Now, please, get out of my office.
Well, if I may, I am myself a member of the Church of Bermsley, and I'm also here to support this druid in her efforts to just what to slow your production. It's quite frightening the pace at which things seem to be proceeding. I do believe that it wouldn't hurt to slow things down. Surely you don't need that much.
You say you're from the church.
I'm a member, yes.
Then I assume you know who I am.
Do I know who he is?
Go ahead and roll me a history check.
Alrighty. Ah, that's a 13.
13. Off appearance alone, no.
I can't say I do.
Of course not. They don't educate you on the important things anymore. I am Baron Winchester III. I own part of the church and their operations. So, I assure you, as a member of the clergy of the church in any fashion, what I'm doing here is not only alright, but sanctioned.
Surely, yes.
If I was to need to slow down, I'm sure I would get a letter from one of the archbishops, not from a lackey.
Well, I can see you are a man of stupid principles. Sorry. You have a lovely life. I will never see you again. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, wait.
And he's going to open the door and motion for all of you to leave.
Well, I would usually say, anyways, may Gayathra guide you to a better solution. And I walk out the door.
I'll stick the middle
Okay.
finger at him out of respect.
Hell yeah.
Damn, stole my
Hey.
idea.
You can do it too.
Yeah, come on.
It's not copyrighted.
Well, he would definitely do both if he could, but he can't, so it's just the one. Sad.
It would be the what's it, the pocket pull out of the finger.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, what's in here?
What's in here?
Ah.
Bye bye now.
He gives
Mhm.
a sarcastic wave and then begins to walk and shout things to some of his people. So what are all you doing now?
So as we leave, once we're out, Edna's going to look to the group. Sabotage.
Oh yeah.
We are
Yeah.
we are going to destroy this plant. It will not be able to continue running. My group asked me to not do that, so because they would like to have deals with this man later. But I think he should die. And if I'm part of a group that doesn't think he should die, fuck him.
Blunt and honest.
Now
Okay.
I'm not going
So-
to kill him
I'm not above
myself.
murder.
If he gets in the way, his life is forfeit. But his factory is done for.
Okay. Why is it not
So-
charging?
So if he dies, it's okay.
Don't go out of your way today.
I would rather not act in destroying things, but if you all get up to some mischief tonight, I will keep you from being hurt.
It is appreciated. We'll probably
So
leave most of the buildings standing, but we're going to take out some whatever looks major and hard to replace. Hard to replace is the key thing. If it looks very complicated, very important.
well, now this is getting fun. Ooh.
Yes, and Bubbles, wherever Bubbles is,
He's
Yeah,
there.
bubble. Oh,
you need to get the tiniest parts, the ones that look the most complicated, they're the hardest to replace. Your job is the most important. Everyone else, back up Bubbles and do some bigger things. And if Mr. Baron Ferres gets in your way, I don't care what happens to him. Don't get yourselves arrested.
Now this
I
is a
say no
party.
promises, but all
Yeah.
right.
Also, take out some robots while we're there, or whatever those things were.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Anything we can do to slow down his production to a halt, at least for a time.
I've never done property damage on purpose before.
It's a very different feeling than on accident. Anyways, we should go set up camp. We're doing this later.
Yay.
Okay. Well, we are going to be wrapping up here soon, but first, where are we setting up camp? Um, Up to you.
I'm gonna say walk at least like 45 minutes to an hour away.
Okay. Okay. That's
Or
doable.
there was like
Oh,
someone see a cottage earlier.
that was about 10 minutes from where you currently from the place, yeah.
Okay, we
It was
could
a
like
little bit
look at
off the
that.
road.
We could look at that on the way. 10 minutes wouldn't be too bad.
Okay. Well, I'll say you guys walk about 10 minutes, you find the area. It's a little bit up a small incline. It's not quite like a steep hill, but like there's a little bit of an incline to get up to where it is. It's kind of in an area. It's interesting because you see trees that have been taken down around it. None of the ones around this cottage have been touched. But when you get to the cottage, it's entirely empty. There's a table and chair, but the window is broken open, and it looks like nobody's been here in an indeterminate amount of time.
It is a roof over our heads, but we are close. Does
Oh,
anyone have any
bubble.
objections to staying here?
I
Nope.
don't see anything around that might own this.
I don't mind.
So it sounds like
Alright.
you'll be setting up in the cottage. Okay. Well, as you, excuse me, as you all get your things set up in there, set up a small like home base. I will say, you, if you go just a little bit down the road, you can see the area where all of this is. So you're close enough that you could, in a little bit of walk, get line of sight of the place, but not so much that people would be able to see you from the grounds of the mill. Um, so it's not bad.
I'm just
So
worried if the big bear and fat ass knows the area well enough.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, fair. You don't know. Do
But
you want to
also, if
set
he
up here?
doesn't, I think it's fine. I have a decent belief he might not make it through the night, anyways.
Okay. Eats one more bite of steak and goes, oh, oh no.
Oh no,
Oh no.
a heart attack. 100%. That's what he dies from.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that, I guess it's about time, so I figure that's a good place to wrap up. And then we'll start off next time with all of you gathering together and figuring out a plan for how to deal with this
Destruction!
place for destruction. Yeah.
Yay, property
Um,
damage.
Property damage.
it feels good,
Goodbye.
you
I
know?
must.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I will see you. But yeah, it feels good to take down what's essentially a CEO who's doing things to harm both the planet and other people. It feels good. Anyway, good night.
Good night.
Good night.